Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush green fields, there lived a boy named Raju. Raju was known throughout the village, not for his achievements or his talents, but rather for his extraordinary laziness. While other children hurried to school, helped their parents in the fields, or played games with one another, Raju preferred the comfort of his bed and the gentle breeze that fluttered through his window. He would often gaze outside, watching the clouds drift by, dreaming of a life where everything he wished for simply appeared without effort. Raju's parents, hard-working farmers, loved their son dearly, but worried about his future. They often encouraged him to make better use of his time, to learn new skills, and to help with chores. But Raju always found an excuse to postpone his tasks. "There's always tomorrow," he would say with a lazy grin, believing that opportunities and responsibilities could be endlessly delayed. One bright morning, the village buzzed with excitement. News had spread that the wise old sage, Swami Vishwanath, was visiting. Known for his profound wisdom and magical stories, the sage was respected by all. Villagers gathered in the square to listen to his teachings and seek guidance. Raju's mother, hoping her son would learn something valuable, insisted he join the crowd. Reluctantly, Raju shuffled into the square, curious but still sleepy-eyed. As the sage began his talk, he told the villagers, "Time is the most precious gift we possess. Unlike wealth or possessions, it cannot be bought, stored, or regained once lost. Wise use of time leads to success, happiness, and fulfillment, but wasted time leads only to regret." His words echoed through the crowd, stirring something within Raju, though he tried to ignore it. Seeing Raju's lack of interest, the sage smiled gently and addressed him directly. "Young boy, let me tell you a story. Listen carefully, for it may change your life." And so the sage began his tale. Long ago, in a similar village, lived a boy named Aman. Aman was clever, but, like you, preferred leisure to labor. He spent his days lying beneath a tree, daydreaming and watching the world pass him by. One day, Aman's father gave him a small bag of seeds and said, "Plant these seeds, nurture them, and they will reward you with fruit in the future." Aman nodded, but days passed and the seeds remained untouched. "I'll plant them tomorrow," Aman would tell himself. Weeks turned into months. When Aman finally decided to plant the seeds, most had dried up and lost their ability to grow. He was left with just a handful that sprouted into weak, stunted plants. Meanwhile, his neighbors who had planted their seeds promptly now enjoyed lush orchards and baskets full of sweet fruits. Aman watched in envy as others prospered, realizing his delay had cost him dearly. He learned that time, once gone, could not be regained. From that day forth, Aman changed his ways, seizing each moment and working diligently. Over time, he became respected and successful, not because he was the smartest or the strongest, but because he learned the power of using time wisely. As the sage finished his story, Raju sat in silence, the lesson settling heavily in his heart. The villagers dispersed, but Raju lingered, contemplating his own choices. For the first time, he wondered what his life might look like if he invested his time instead of wasting it. That evening, Raju approached his parents and asked how he could help. Surprised but delighted, they gave him simple tasks: feeding the chickens, fetching water, and helping in the fields. At first, Raju struggled, unused to the rhythm of work and the satisfaction that came with accomplishment. Each day, however, he improved. He discovered that a well-spent morning made the afternoon more enjoyable, and a productive day brought peaceful sleep. Inspired by the sage's story, Raju decided to set small goals for himself. He woke up early, finished his chores, and then spent an hour reading or learning new skills. He found joy in the progress he made, no longer feeling bored or restless. With each passing week, Raju's confidence grew. He was no longer the lazy boy who watched life from the sidelines. He was an active participant, shaping his own future. One day, the village announced a contest, a prize for the best harvest from a small patch of land. Raju hesitated, remembering his old ways, but his parents encouraged him to participate. He cleared his patch, tilled the soil, and planted seeds carefully, just as he had learned. Every morning he watered his plants, protected them from pests, and removed weeds. While others took shortcuts or delayed their work, Raju remained consistent. As the harvest approached, Raju's patch was the greenest and healthiest in the village. On the day of the contest, everyone marveled at his beautiful crops. The judges awarded him the prize, and the villagers cheered. Raju's parents beamed with pride, and even the sage nodded in approval. Raju's transformation was complete. He realized that using time wisely was not just about working hard, but about making choices each day that brought him closer to his goals. Small efforts, repeated daily, built into great achievements. Time, once wasted, was lost forever. But time invested, even in small ways, produced lasting rewards. From that day on, Raju became a role model for others. Whenever someone complained of boredom or made excuses, Raju shared the story of Aman, the boy who waited too long and lost his chance. He reminded them that every moment was an opportunity and that success was built not on talent or luck, but on the wise use of time. Years passed, and Raju grew into a respected young man. He built a thriving farm, helped his parents, and even taught young children the value of time. The village prospered, inspired by his example. Whenever the sage visited, he smiled at Raju and said, "You have learned life's greatest lesson, my boy, the power of using time wisely." And so the story of the lazy boy became a tale of motivation and transformation, passed down through generations. It taught everyone that no matter where you begin, a single decision to value your time can change your destiny. Time is a silent teacher, a patient companion, and the most valuable resource we possess. Those who use it wisely shape their lives with purpose and joy, while those who waste it are left with only regret. Remember, every day is a new chance. Use your time wisely, invest it in your dreams, and watch as your life blossoms into something extraordinary.